Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today's hadith is by Abu Abdul Rahman, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu an. He says that سألت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, that I asked the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, أي العمل أحب إلى الله تعالى, that which action, which deed is the most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What would be our guess? What's the answer? What did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say? What would you guess when you asked what's the most beloved action? What would you think? Any guesses? Akhlaq, tawbah. Anyone else? Sacrifice? To forgive? Sadaqah? No one else? What's the most obvious one? The first one. Yes. As-salatu ala waqtiha. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the prayer on its appointed time. Then he said, then he asked, thumma ayyun, then which one? Then if we ask again, we'll have like different guesses, like fasting, like hajj, And subhanallah, the second answer came, birrul walidain. Treating the parents with respect, with ihsan, with goodness. And then he asked, thumma ayyun. And he asked, which one? He said, al-jihadu fi sabilillah. Jihad in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, jihad was such a great, or is such a great amal. And it is known as a great reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it came in number 3. And before, subhanallah, this is not to put jihad down, but before, or on top of jihad, and number 2 is the respect to the parents. And in number 1, we already kind of know that the salah is the first pillar of Islam. This is such an important thing, as-salatu ala waqtiha. That not only prayer, but praying on time. Someone gave a beautiful analogy. He says that, when someone got a phone call actually, and he was dodging the phone call for a few hours, and he's like, when he saw the person, he's like, I know you have your phone on you all the time. How come you're not picking up the phone? Right? I know you saw my calls. He's like, when Allah was calling you yesterday, He had reminded him the day before that the adhan has happened. It's time to pray. He said, Allah called you to pray, and you kept on delaying till the last minute. So look, just like you see what happened today, that you're calling me and I'm not picking up, Allah's calling you and you're not picking up. So subhanAllah, when the adhan is called, it is time for us to pray. Many times we end up delaying to the last minute, and subhanAllah, sometimes it happens where we end up passing the last minute and we have to do qada. So, as-salatu ala waqtiha, number 1. Number 2, birrul walidain, which is respect to the, respect to the parents, birrul walidain. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, after associating partners with Him, He mentioned this is one of the biggest things that cannot be forgiven, and wahdaniyah is the most important, and after that He mentioned the respect to the parents. And subhanAllah, because whenever we have something all the time, we end up losing value for it. And this is for every age. It is not just for children, this is not for youth, this is for every age. SubhanAllah, our parents are the most important thing in our life. Right? Many times we have a hard time listening to them, we respond back to them. The Quran doesn't say, do not disrespect your parent. It says, وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفْ, that do not even make a sound, do not even make a uff towards them. Right? So this is showing the importance. I'm not going to go too much into this, but these are just the 3 things that, the top 3 that came in. Number 1 was salatu ala waqtiha. Number 2 is respecting and being good to the parents. And number 3 was jihad fi sabilillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to take these lessons and apply them in our life. Ameen wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد ان لا اله الا انت نستغفرك ونتوب اليك اللهم انت السلام ومنك السلام وتباركت يا ذا الجلال والاكرام ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين اللهم أجرنا من النار اللهم أجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة اللهم إنا نسألك رضاك والجنة ونعوذ بك من سخطك وغضبك والنار. اللهم ادخلنا الجنة بغير حساب وتوفنا مسلمين غير خزايا ولا ندامى ولا مفتونين. اللهم إنا نسألك من خير ما سألك منه نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، ونعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذ منه نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وأنت المستعان وعليك البلاغ، ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. There's only two announcements. Number one.